Welcome to Jersey's Best Podcast, your weekly deep dive into everything that makes New Jersey spectacular, bizarre, beautiful, sometimes annoying, but always the best. My name is Jeremy Schneider. I'm a food and culture reporter for NJ.com and the Star Ledger, and I am also your host. Your weekly reminder to send episode suggestions, guest ideas, and questions our way at jerseysbestpodcast@gmail.com. And follow us at Jersey's Best Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. If you're a fan of the pod and you're not following us there, you're playing yourself. Give us a follow. Hit those like buttons. You're playing yourself. Hit the like button. Hit the follow button. Come on, people. What are you doing? This week, Jersey's Best Podcast is going out for pizza because NJ.com just updated its list of the 101 best pizzas in the state of New Jersey, and I helped. And frankly, right now, it's all I want to talk about. Fine. Pizza is always the only thing I want to talk about. Because of all the Garden State's culinary wonders, from Italian sandwiches in Hudson County, deep-fried hot dogs in Fort Lee, Taylor ham in the north, and pork roll in the south, and everything in between, pizza might be our pound-for-pound best dish. New Jersey has pizzerias that have been open for more than a century. It has pizzerias opening every year that challenge for the title of the state's best. The Garden State has thin-crust bar pies. The Garden State has thin-crust bar pies, thick and saucy grandma pies, pillowy Neapolitan pizzas, and tart Trenton tomato pies. Whichever type of pizza you like, you won't just find it in New Jersey. You'll find an excellent version of it. And you'll also find a heated debate about which pizza is best and why in just about every slice shop in New Jersey. Only a state with a pizza culture as rich as New Jersey's would necessitate the project NJ.com's crack team of food writers just pulled off. We scoured the state for the 101 best pizza pies. This is the third time we've done this list, and for the first time ever, we have a new number one. Joining me today to discuss the best pizza list and New Jersey's love of pizza in general is iconic NJ.com food writer Pete Genovese. Pete, welcome back to Jersey's Best Podcast.
Iconic.
Absolutely iconic.
I don't think I've ever been called that. But yeah, thanks for having me. My third time. I'm so honored.
You are one of our favorite guests. I can't we have this conversation every time, man. I got a lot of people to keep happy. Bobby Louie is my boss, but Pete,
yes, he is.
I like to say this. I like to say you've forgotten more about pizza, or you've forgotten more about food than I know, and I know a lot. You certainly know pizza. Why does New Jersey? I mean, look, the whole world loves pizza, but why does New Jersey love pizza especially?
Yeah, I mean, it's the most popular food on earth, pizza. It just, and really, just in the last, 50 years? I mean, the GIs came over from Italy. They brought, Italian dishes and pizza. There was a pizza culture in the 20s and 30s, of course. Lombardi's in New York City, the first. But pizza, in Jersey, it's the most cherished and the most debated food. I've always said that the quickest way to start an argument in New Jersey is by saying my pizzeria is better than yours. I mean, that will lead to heated argument, if not fisticuffs.
And it'll also lead to good podcasts, I hope. In fact, I know. Yeah. I completely agree. It's the nostalgia. We love our pizzerias so much. We have deep-rooted memories going to. I mean, I'm sure you remember the spot you grew up going to. For me, it's Mr. Dino's in Montclair, which is not by any stretch the best pizzeria in New Jersey, but for me, it's kind of the pizza that I compare all others to just because it's what I grew up having. And so when you question someone's favorite pizzeria, it's like you're almost questioning their childhood. You're questioning their memories. So that's why it gets so heated. That's
questioning their intelligence. Even. It's really deep-rooted. I mean, pizza is just... my early pizza memories, D-Lo's in Chambersburg, which now in Robbinsville, also home to Papa's Tomato Pies, which happens to be the oldest continuously run pizzeria in the country.
1912.
Yeah, in the country.
Yeah.
Because Lombardi's closed for a couple of years. They were the first, ostensibly, to open first pizzeria in New York City. But Papa's is the oldest, and I'm sure we're going to get into the mustard pie.
Oh, we know that's come up on the pod before. It's definitely going to be on the list. But that also speaks to the beauty of New Jersey pizza. It's not just one style. The variety is insane. You have bar pies, Neapolitan pies, tomato pies, square pies, grandma pies, boardwalk slices, classic slice shops. There's a bit of rise in the square pies especially. So whatever, even if you don't like a certain style of pizza, there's gonna be a style you do like, and so I think that really fuels the debate and the passion.
And if I see one more New Jersey pizzeria advertising New York style pizzas, I'm going to scream. What is that? What does that mean? They didn't invent pizza, first of all. Again, the oldest pizzeria in the country is in Central Jersey. New York style pizza is, you could just as easily call it New Jersey style pizza. Because those pizzerias were running side by side on both sides of the river. You know, New York City has a little bit of history. They have the prestige, and they're the best, and blah blah blah. But what did New York Times reviewer Pete Wells, great reviewer, call the best pizza in New York City?
I believe he said it was Razza
It's in freaking New Jersey.
That's come up once or
the
twice.
best
on the pod.
New York City pizzas in New Jersey. That's all you need to know.
Not only that, but the best pizzeria in the world, according to 50 Top Pizza, the Italian website, is Una Pizza Napolitana in New York, which is a feather in the cap for New York. But who runs it? Anthony Mangieri from New Jersey, baby. The best pizza in the world is made by a New Jerseyan.
Yeah.
Put that in your pizza pipe and smoke it in New York. No, I mean, that's a good time for us to talk about, the tri-state area has fantastic pizza, and I think New Jersey pizza is the best. New York has fantastic pizza as well. Connecticut has good pizza too, but I really do think New Jersey's is better. Would you agree?
I would no. So I wrote the book on really the only complete guide to New York City pizza called Pizza City, available on Amazon. And so I've been to more than 1,500 different pizzerias in New Jersey. You know, going to Domino's once a week for 50 weeks does not mean 50 pizzerias. That's just one pizzeria. So I've been to 1,500 different pizzerias. I'm sure no one's come close to that number in New Jersey. And for this book, I visited exactly 250 in New York, in the city, in all 5 boroughs. So I think it's safe to say I know more about New York and New Jersey pizzerias combined. So I get into this book, and people always ask me, so who's better? I would say it's close. It's close. If you're just New York State and New Jersey State, no comparison.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no pizza outside of New York City. New York City and the rest of New Jersey, especially, all of New Jersey, it's close. I think I probably slight toss up, slight edge to Jersey. If I hit more, 250 pizzerias in New York City, if I hit more, maybe I would say they're equal. Maybe I would say New York City better. But right now, New Jersey, they're neck and neck. Let's leave it at that.
That is more measured than I expected from you, Pete. I'll say this. I think that New York pizza reaches the same heights as New Jersey pizza. I think there are pizzerias in New York, whether it's Spumoni Gardens, whether it's Chrissy's that just opened pretty recently in Greenpoint and is absolutely fire, whether it's Pizza Suprema in Midtown, which is my favorite in New York. Those are really great pizzas. And I'll put those, those are in the same class for me as the Razzas, the Star Taverns, the Papa's Tomato Pies, my favorite spots in Jersey. But for me, the difference is it's kind of like bagels. The average pizza is better in New Jersey than it is in New York City.
I might agree with that. I might agree with that, yeah.
I've had more bad pizza in New York than I have in New Jersey. I've rarely had bad pizza in New Jersey. And maybe that's because there's, dollar slice shops, or there used to be dollar slice shops in New York, and that's kind of a dying breed. But I think on average, if you go to any random pizzeria in New Jersey, the chances of having a bad experience are infinitesimal. And that's I'm so proud of our state's culture and our pizza culture for that reason. Even when people hype their spot up to me, and sometimes it doesn't live up to the hype, it's never bad. Like I recently went to a pizzeria that has gotten immense claim in New Jersey, and it'll come up. It's on the list this year. I don't want to spoil anything yet, but I went to it and I was like, it's good, it's fine. Like it's not as good as everyone says it is, in my opinion, but it was still good. And I've had more bad pizza experiences in New York.
That's I think neighborhood pizzerias. I think Jersey has the edge. High-end pizzerias, the Lucali's of the world. I mean, I think maybe again, just in New York City might have the edge. But you mentioned about there's so much of this is driven by social media and the viral this. I never look at reviews. And I just if someone will tip me off. Hey, you got to go to Jeremy's Pizza in Jeremyville.
This is fire. 10 out of 10. No
Okay,
notes.
I'll go there, and I'll trust that person's opinion because they've given me good tips in the past. But I don't care what they're doing, social media and TikTok. I mean, because I think that influences you
Completely.
Yeah, and I think that drives any food writer. You can't help but be influenced by that, and maybe you're going to write a slightly more positive review because this place is getting all the buzz. I don't care. I just want to eat. I want to eat. I want to eat the pizza and evaluate it just as pizza. That's it.
Yeah, I also love getting getting recs from friends or even just random people on the internet. But I'm not going to trust a review or a recommendation until I get there and try it myself. I'm very sick of the whole taking a few bites of a pizza and then just giving an arbitrary number. Oh, I give that a 6.7. Like, what do you like? Where's that coming from? And also, like, use your words. Explain to me what's good about the pizza. And that doesn't happen enough. And I think that New Jersey just has better pizza. I mean, on average. One state that I think we have beat for sure, though, and this has come up many times.
Where this is going?
Connecticut. Look at me. Look at the camera right now. You guys, Connecticut calls itself the pizza state. They're putting it on.
That is just so fraudulent.
Fraudulent is the word, Pete. That is. I could not put it better myself. They're putting it on signs. I think they're putting it on license plates.
Props for them taking to sticking their foot in the water. I'll give them credit for that. Even if there's nothing to has no basis in reality.
You have one style of pizza that you're known for. Because the New Haven style, which is good. Again, I think we've talked about this in the pod before. I like Sally's a lot. The Frank Pepe is a cool experience. Modern, kind of mid. I don't know what people are going crazy for. Colony Grill, which, by the way, they're currently serving Colony Grill. It's a chain in Connecticut, but they're all over the place. They have it in Yankee Stadium, which for me is kind of insulting. What are you doing as the biggest sports team in New York having a Connecticut-style pizza? And by the way, it's a knockoff of Star Tavern. It's a mid-bar pie. Connecticut, you have good pizza. You have really good pizza in one city, New Haven. You want to call it the Pizza City? Fine. New Jersey has 5 cities with better pizza than New Haven, and New Jersey pizza is far better than Connecticut's, and I'm so sick and tired of this debate.
So why didn't Murphy or any of the governors before him come up with that idea? That's my question.
That's a very good question.
Yeah, you could have done that, and then Connecticut wouldn't have been able to proclaim themselves.
I think maybe it was just we're so comfortable. We know that we're the pizza state.
Yeah,
we don't have to put it on a sign.
I think you need to proclaim it because just all the attention you would have gotten and the blowback, and because no one would be able to. New York City or New York State or Connecticut wouldn't be able to do that because we did it first.
For me,
so I think we came up short there.
You don't have to put on a sign that the sky is blue or the grass is green. You don't have to put on a sign that New Jersey is the pizza state because we are the pizza state. And I've ranted about this before, and I'll rant about this forever. I've made the trip. I've done the New Haven pizza thing. It's cool. It's cute that you guys think that this is the best pizza because there's 10 pizzerias in New Jersey, minimum better than Sally's, and I really like Sally's. The biggest comment I can give Sally's is that it reminds me of a Jersey pizza. So, but Pete, that brings me to my next point. What makes a good pizza? What's the criteria? Because I think that's what's so hard about when we do this list, when we make the 101 best pizzas in New Jersey. Everyone has a different idea of what pizza is supposed to be. Everyone has a different style they prefer. I know you and I have. I think we appreciate all types. It comes to the territory. But for you, if you had to describe a good pizza in like a sentence, what would that sentence be?
Well, I mean, the 3 is cheese, crust, toppings. Obviously you have to have good dough. Are you getting your dough from just from a bucket, or are you actually making it and fermenting it and all that stuff? So cheese, crust, toppings, and I think crust is underrated. You've got to have. I have so many pizzas with great toppings and sauce. Well, of course, I didn't mention sauce. Sauce, obviously, but the crust just fails. It's too It has that little gluey thing in the middle there. I forget that there's a word for that, and it just means it's undercooked. And I like all crusts. I like the Sicilian, the sort of bready, doughy crust. The thin crust. The crackery, crispy crackery thing. Detroit style is a whole different thing. So I think there's not one. I mean, obviously it starts with the dough, but I think all those four things, and sauces. I'm big on. I'm Italian, so sauce is big. And a lot of pizzas I've had in New Jersey, the sauce tastes like it just came out of a jar. Excuse me, make your own. It's not that difficult.
Disrespectful.
It's not that difficult.
Your explanation kind of hit on what was a question I was going to ask later. What's most important, crust, sauce, or cheese? Now, you said crust is overrated or overlooked.
Underrated.
Yeah. Sorry, underrated. I completely agree. I think that the crust is the most important part of a pizza because that's the thing you're tasting most. That's the first thing you're tasting because that's the first thing hitting your tongue. And there's more crust than anything on the pizza. You know how the world is 70% water, pizza is 70% crust.
So you said it was the first thing you taste?
Yeah, I mean it's
crust.
Yeah, I go so by
Here's my slice.
No. By crust, okay. By crust, I mean like the bottom of. I mean,
Yeah,
so when you say yeah,
that's
okay,
not crust. That's,
okay, well there we go.
Foundation,
Okay.
whatever you're gonna call it. Yeah.
So,
okay.
but the crust is, I mean, what the crust is made of is what the base is made of. So I guess in my head, that's maybe that's not true, but in my head, the crust extends to the bottom. The actual dough. I guess what we're saying here is the dough is the most important of the pizza because if your dough is bad, if it's under-seasoned, if it's undercooked, it ruins everything. And I would rather, I mean, this is why anytime I go to a pizzeria, the first thing I order is a plain pie because that's the ultimate marker. That's the ultimate test. If this is good, because if you need toppings for a pizza to be great, then you're doing something wrong. And I'm not saying yeah. Oh, yeah, if you need toppings, no.
If you need toppings,
yeah. If you need toppings, yeah. No, and look, I love toppings, and we'll talk about that later. There's plenty of pizzas on this list that are topping centric, and it's cool that the way Jersey does some classic toppings, some inventive toppings, but. If you're putting great toppings on a crappy pizza, you know what you have? A crappy pizza.
It is, no, you can't hide.
Yeah, you need
hide a bad pizza.
Exactly. So this we've established the ground rules for pizza here, Pete. But let's talk about this list: the 101 best pizzas in New Jersey. We've updated it for a third time, and we're not going to go through the whole list because that would take forever. And I'd love to do that anyway. But
so it initially appeared 2-3 years ago.
I think we started in 2021.
Just you and me.
Yeah.
And then we brought it for this list. We brought in
the big
all
guns.
our other Marjani, Chris, Lauren,
Stephanie,
and Stephanie.
And
so
this is I don't
16 new pizzerias on this list. So it's not just the same old.
No. And a new number one. And let me just. I might not say this enough on the podcast. NJ.com's food team is incredible, and I'm proud of the work we do. And it's really hard, and the results are there. You're not going to find better New Jersey food coverage anywhere in the state. So thank you to this amazing team for this story, among many. This is a fun one, but it's a hard one. We're not going to do the whole 101. We are going to talk about some more favorites, and then we're going to talk about the top 10. So here we go. The NJ.com 101 best pizzas in New Jersey breakdown. Pete, the first one that I wanted to highlight is number 7. It comes in at number 70 on the list. It's the Langhelli at Bricko Coal-Fired Pizza in Westmont.
Yeah, Westmont, part of Haddon. They were one of the finalists when we did this epic New Jersey Pizzeria Showdown about 5 years ago. The owner, he wears a T-shirt that says "Pizza Chef" because freaking awesome is not an official job title. Yeah, he's a character. Does great thin crust. I have a thing about arugula on pizza, but he did an arugula top pizza, which is actually pretty damn good. I don't want greens on my pizza.
I love arugula on pizza.
Whatever.
No,
let me say this. The ones I've had, it's just like a jungle of arugula. Like, can you be a little spare with the arugula? Yeah, nothing against greens, but don't make it like this jungle I have to use a machete to get through.
So Langhelli has truffled mushroom, taleggio Taleggio, that's how you pronounce it, and fontina cheese and white truffle oil. That's an elevated pizza right there from an otherwise old school pizza spot.
Yeah. Well, and my favorite there was that it has mushrooms. And
Yeah.
mushrooms, totally underrated pizza topping.
I agree with that.
I love my fungi.
Great quote.
It's just there's not enough mushrooms in the world, not enough mushroom pizzas in the world.
I need to get to Bricco. I'm embarrassed that. So for full disclosure, it's impossible for all of us to try 101 pizzas, but Pete and I have tried most of them. And Bricco is a spot that is often on national lists, which you take or leave those, but they've been on the good ones, and I really want to get to this one. And the way you talked about it, I'm not even a big truffle guy, but I definitely want to try this one just because if Pete likes it, I like it. And Bricco, the crust looks gorgeous. Nice and bubbly, but crispy as well. So definitely got to make my way down to Westmont. Another pizza I wanted to highlight that I just tried recently for the first time, number 68 on the list, is the Grandma Pie at Rosie's Pizza in Point Pleasant Beach. They also have a location in Middletown now. I had not had a chance to try this pie because Rosie's sells out. Rosie's is such a popular, and maybe this is lessened in recent years, but the first time I tried to go there, they were sold out. But I went and got the Grandma Pie this summer with some friends, and let me tell you, I was blown away. You talk about a good crust. My goodness, the dough here is well seasoned. It's properly cooked. It's crispy, but has some fluffiness to it as well. I think we got pepperoni, and it didn't even need pepperoni. That Grandma Pie is absolutely fire.
Yeah, it's they call it. It's really more of a Sicilian than a grandma. It doesn't resemble a grandma, which is obviously a thinner.
It's thinner than that, yeah.
Crust. But the sauce. I could make an argument it should be higher on the list. I'm not sure why I put it that 68, but apologies to Rosie's. And they're open in Middletown.
Yeah,
right?
and they're doing just
I'm
fine.
kind of curious to see if there's any difference. Is it the exact same pie? So
I think Rosie's definitely helped elevate the Jersey Shore pizza scene. This is a spot that people have been talking about for years. In fact, a previous Rosie's pizza co-founder opened another location that might be mentioned on this list.
Yes. And Point Pleasant Beach, you talk about underrated. I did a list of the 11 best Point Pleasant Beach restaurants. Check it out at NJ.com. And Rosie's was high on that list. Point Pleasant Beach. I know other, Asbury Park. Enough with Asbury Park. Okay, it's great. It's wonderful. But there are other, Point Pleasant Beach, totally underrated dining destinations. Check out that list on NJ.com.
Number 55 on the list was the Long Hot and Shallot Pie from Cassano's Pizza Parlor in Rutherford.
Shallot.
Yeah, a newer spot. It opened, I believe it opened, I should know this, and we're going to cut this, James. Hold on, let me just confirm this. Cassano's opens. NJ.com. Okay, it opened in 2024.
And that was the guy who owned Tavolino.
Yeah.
Which
All right,
was one of my absolute favorite pizzerias.
Yeah, James, we're gonna take this section from the top just because I sounded stupid there. Number 55, the Long Hot and Shallot Pie from Cassano's Pizza Parlor in Rutherford. Cassano's opened in 2024, but you've had this guy's pizza before. Dave Ligas previously owned Tavolino in Wallington, which had a very, very good smoked roni pie, which was very high on our list when we previously did this story. I love the Long Hot and Shallot Pie just because, first of all, the pie at Cassano's, another very good crust, very good dough. But this combination of toppings, Long Hot, New Jersey loves its Italian Long Hots, and shallots are a very underutilized pizza topping. And just ingredient, if you're tasting a good salad dressing, if something's well seasoned, there's a good chance shallot is involved. So major credit for just the ingenuity here and creativity. It's so delicious. If you haven't been to Cassano's, it's a very interesting vibe. They have like couches they don't have like a normal seating area. They have like couches and like they have like a chandelier that's kind of like from a Pizza Hut, and it's a very it's kind of a throwback vibe with a new school spin. And they have a bunch of other stuff on the menu now. They do a chicken parm, they do sliders, they do the smoked roni still. I got it and it was good, but this Long Hot and Shallot thing just really stood out to me.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah, highly recommend it.
Pizza ball. Speaking of toppings, I mean, this is probably the one topping that, just jumping ahead a little bit, the one topping that just makes me cringe is the buffalo chicken.
No buffalo chicken pizza for
yeah,
Pete
and
Genovese.
I'm proud to say buffalo chicken does not appear on this list. Thank you very much.
Oh, it doesn't. But why do you dislike this? I'm glad
First
you
of all,
brought
the
this up.
chicken's been sitting around. Well, and most of the toppings are sitting around anyway. They're not making sausage on the spot. Yeah, they got the hog in the back. So the chicken's been sitting around. Like if I want chicken, I'm not against chicken on pizza, but if I want to do that, I'll get a plain pie, take it home, and cook the chicken fresh. So it tastes like something, not something that's been sitting under a heat lamp for 12 hours. And buffalo, don't get me started on buffalo sauce. I mean, on just on wings, stop it. It's the same the world over. Don't tell me your buffalo sauce is different or famous or this or that. It's the same. You made it with, what's his name? Frank's Red Hot. Come on, please. Be creative.
Wow. I mean, I think there's a time and place for buffalo chicken
there
pizza.
isn't.
Okay. Well, for me it's like it's never that good, but it's never that bad. Though there is one pizzeria on this list. Their buffalo chicken pie didn't make the cut, but they have a very good buffalo chicken pie. Maybe that'll come up. Number 42 is a pizzeria that I just made the long trek out to Sussex for. Emily's Hearth.
It's a long ride for you.
It was like an hour and a half on a Friday evening out into the hills, but I've been hearing from our old coworker Tom Troncone that I needed to check out Emily's Hearth, and it lived up to the hype. It was really, really good. It's Emily's Hearth is located in a former diner, so I thought of you because it's in. I mean, like I forget it had the embroider or it had the engraving where the diner was built somewhere in Patterson, I think.
It's probably Silk City.
Yeah, I think it was Silk City, and it's painted like psychedelic colors. It's kind of like a rainbow in there, and the pizza it's wood fired Neapolitan-ish. And the pistachio pie was so good. I got a margarita, and that was nice, but the pistachio pie had pistachio puree, it had mortadella, it had arugula, just a little bit, though, not too much, and it also had pesto. And it was just so many different flavor notes.
Yeah.
And the texture was great, and I was super, super impressed. If you're out in Sussex, go to Emily's Hearth because Emily knows what she's doing. Emily,
yeah, and this is Sussex Borough in Sussex County, and Sussex is not exactly a pizza paradise. I mean, I think my favorite pizza up until I haven't been to Emily's was Dominic's up in Newton.
Very good.
Which just won some sort of national award, another award. But yeah, Sussex is. I would definitely try that out. And like I said, that's gone through a lot of different. It's a diner, it's a restaurant, and it's right as you're coming into town. It's on your left hand side.
It was a really cool experience, and it spoke to me just that you can find good pizza anywhere in New Jersey.
Yeah, Pine Barrens.
Yeah, no, I mean if you can find good pizza in Sussex Borough, you can find it anywhere.
Wait a minute. I can see the Sussex County residents rising up in
arms.
arms.
No. I mean, hey, I'm sorry. Yes, you're absolutely right. Big love for Sussex, not known as a pizza destination. I think we can agree on that.
Better,
but I'm saying y'all have good pizza. Number 36 is the special pie at Vic's Italian Restaurant in Bradley Beach. Wanted to highlight this one mostly because we talk so much about Pete and Elda's, and I love Pete and Elda's. I almost wore a Pete and Elda's shirt today. I actually bumped Pete and Elda's higher on the list this year because I actually think I had called it overrated for so long that I think it's now a little underrated. It's a very good pizza, but Vic's is better, in my opinion.
Oh, you've come around on that.
Oh no. I've Pete. I think I've been pretty. I've always been. I've tried to be adamant that Vic's is my favorite in that area. It's Vic's is one of my favorite pizzerias in New Jersey. Full stop. It's so good. Now, the special pie, that's what they're known for, green pepper and sausage on a pie. Might sound simple, but it's really good. You could also go with the sausage and hot pepper combo, eat it at the bar. It's delicious. But they do a nice job. It's a thicker crust, but not overly so. And it's so saucy. And I mean, it might be a long wait to get a table, but man, I'm a big fan of Vic's.
Yeah, and the food is good too. But and Vic's is really one of a kind. It was high on my list of Jersey's best old school restaurants because it's just. I don't know if anyone's shot a movie in there, but someone really should because the wooden booths and they have the old non-digital
analog clock. Yeah. Oh, the menu. Yeah. Scorsese. Go head to Vic's.
Yeah, it's just, and like I said, the food is good. The shrimp scampi, yeah, all good. And
Fried
again,
rav.
and I've been from day one. Vic's over Pete and Elda's.
And I love Pete and Elda's. Don't like.
yeah.
I always say this. You go to Pete and Elda's for the shirt. You go to Vic's for the pizza.
Yeah. I mean, I drive, and Pete and Elda's. Every time I drive by there, I used to live minutes away. Every time I drive by there, the parking lot is jammed.
Oh,
yeah. So what do I know?
No. I mean, people. They recently had a Fantastic Four themed shirt, and I literally hit my group chat. I was like, "We have to go. If I miss this shirt, I will not be able to live with myself." And a buddy of mine, my buddy Sean, and I went down, and it was his first time. And I'm not afraid to brag. I ate my whole pie while he was halfway through his. I'm built different. I got pizza on the hat for a reason, baby. Number 29 on the list is a newcomer, the spinach pie at Pizzeria Lucci in Belmar. Now, this is from the Michael Gallucci had been talking about this shop for a while. He previously worked at Rosie's, and I was super excited. That's quite the pizza pedigree right there. There was a lot of hype going into this spot, and it is fire. It is. And
it was good. I mean, it was on my list of Jersey Shores, and pizza opinions, are everywhere. I just didn't think it quite lived up to the hype. But
really,
again,
no.
So, but it was what, top 15, 20 on my Jersey Shore pizza list, but that's just Jersey Shore. Perfectly fine pizza.
So my thing about Pizzeria Lucci that impressed me so much, I'm not a white pie guy. I'm not.
Missing out.
No. Well, look. I mean, I try. I will. Anytime I go to a spot a new spot that I'm reviewing, I make sure to get a red pie and a white pie for sure. So we did that here at Lucci. The pepperoni was good, but the spinach pie, my goodness, the spinach pie at Lucci would make Popeye proud. It's a green blanket of leafy raw spinach atop a cheesy white layer of fresh mozzarella, provolone, pecorino, and Reggiano, and it's topped off with cream and fresh garlic. It's cheesy. It's herbaceous. It makes you feel like you're eating your vegetables, and the crust is very, very good. Spinach pie, Lucci, thank you for converting me, because now I have a new appreciation for white pies. And a couple more before we get to the top 10. A spot I wanted to highlight, it's right behind us on the video if you're watching, the cherry pepper pie at Pizza Town USA in Elmwood Park. This is a spot that the first few times I went, I was like, okay, it's a cool experience. Like, they have the iconic signage. They have the awning, the red, white, and blue awning that kind of looks like a 4th of July circus or something. But don't sleep on the pizza here, man. We bumped this up big time on the list this year because it is a classic example of a New Jersey style pizza. And that's right, not New York style, New Jersey style. It's super crispy. The sauce is extra rich and sweet. And I love any spot that does cherry peppers as a topping, because it's, in my opinion, the perfect pizza topping. The acidity and bite balances the sweetness of the sauce and the creaminess of the cheese. The new owner, Elio Soriano, is doing a very nice job of. I'm sorry. Let me. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing his name right, because I can't tell if it's Elio or Elio. I think it's Elio. Is it Elio or Elio? Let me make sure. Pronunciation. Elio. All right. I'm gonna say Elio. So we're gonna. Well, James will figure out how to make me sound less stupid here. So. This place opened in 1958, and it claims to be the first place to serve pizza by the slice.
Yeah, that's what. So I interviewed the former owner, Michelle,
the Tomo family.
Yeah,
right?
she said that. I'm sitting in her backyard. She says we were the first slice in New Jersey. I'm like, do you have proof of that? No, we were. Okay, Michelle, that's fine. We were.
That happens so much in food history. People claiming that they're the first or whatever, but. Elio Soriano took over from the Tomo family in 2022, and he has not only maintained the deliciousness of the pizza and the quality, he might have even elevated it, and he really respects the history there. You can tell, like, sometimes people buy a new spot, or sometimes people buy an old spot and just want to do their own thing and completely forget the history. He's clearly maintaining the tradition, and I'm telling you, if you're on 46, you drive by that big old Uncle Sam with a giant pizza in his hands, stop, pull over, get a slice, get a pie. Because if I had to show someone the quintessential example of a New Jersey style pizza, like classic pizza, I'm probably taking them there. And there's something very Jersey about eating it on a park bench or a picnic bench right by Route 46 as trucks are slamming by, and just like, this is New Jersey, baby. We're eating delicious pizza right on the highway, and give me a cherry Coke in a very cool red and white and blue cup with the Pizza Town logo on it, and I am made in the shade.
Yeah, and go at night if you can, because it's
yes.
all lit up, neon lit, magnificent. It's just a really cool spot, and it's the Parkway exits right down the road.
Often
so easy on, easy off.
Often old places drop off, and you kind of like, it's not as good as it used to be. But nah, Pizza Town is ascendant. It's getting better, and I give Elio so much credit for that. It's a very cool thing. Number 16 on the list is the white pie at BLVD Pizza, or is it Boulevard or BVLD?
It's just BLVD it's on the Boulevard, but it's
in
the
Surf
name
City.
is in Surf City, yeah.
And Pete, I'm gonna clear out for you on this one. I've been to this spot and was very impressed. I didn't have the white pie, but tell me about BVLD Pizza.
Well, so it's only open a couple of years. He worked in different. He had a smoothie shop before that, and then he just said, "Okay, I'm going to open up a pizzeria." And that white pie, it tastes like the regatta was just super. I mean, and I'm not white pies aren't. I'll take a sauce pie over a white pie any day of the week. But that white pie was clearly superior. The best white pie I've had in years. And it's a hole-in-the-wall pizzeria. There's only 2 stools, so it's takeout. He's thinking about opening up a bar / pizzeria at some point, but not yet. So it is as you're coming off the causeway, make a left, and it's just up there on the left-hand side. So yeah, white pies I think deserve more mention, but this is, for me, it's the best white pie in New Jersey.
I was super impressed by I think I just had a plain slice, but the crust, again, talk about the crust being important. I think crust is most important in a pizza, followed by the sauce. The cheese is not an afterthought for me, but at least important. But everything here was 10 out of 10. There's the sturdiness of the crust while still having some give to it. I don't know. It was they got the texture properly, and that's so important in a pizza. Very impressed. I will go back for the white pie next time I'm there, Pete.
Yeah, I think I'm sauce over crust. I think I'm a slight edge if there's sauce. I mean, I did this whole thing on Boardwalk Pizza. I went to all 55 Boardwalk pizzerias last year, and it was like there was like this global sauce shortage.
Interesting.
There was no sauce. It was all cheese.
An undersauce pie can really rubs me the wrong way. It really grinds my pizza gears.
And if you want to check out that list, NJ.com, best Boardwalk Pizzeria, the worst slice was this. There's a picture of it. It looks like, it doesn't even look like cheese. It was like this white alien-looking glob glaze or something. And how do you serve? I looked at it.
How dare you?
Yeah, but I took one bite and threw it away. How do you? And I'm surprised I haven't heard from the owner. Maybe they didn't even see it. But that was absolutely, I would say, the worst pizza I've had maybe in my life.
Jesus.
Certainly the worst slice I've had in my life.
That is damning from Pete
How do you serve that? And most Boardwalk Pizza kind of sucks, but number 1 is high on this list.
Yeah. That'll come up.
But yeah, so there's bad pizza everywhere in New Jersey.
There is.
So let's not make New Jersey out to be this haven of great, nothing but great pizza. There's a lot of bad pizza.
We got great pizzas to talk about right now because we're down to the top 10 of the New Jersey 101 best pies. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Number 10 is a pizza we've talked about many times on this list, or on this podcast. Number 10 is a pizza we've talked about many times on this podcast. The Mutzer.
Mutz?
All right, James, sorry. The number 10 on this list is a pizza that we've talked about many times on this podcast, but it doesn't mean we have to forget about. No, I'm really jumbling my words here. Number 10 on the list is the mustard pie at Papa's Tomato Pies in Robbinsville. We've talked about this pizza many times for a reason. It's incredible. We talked about it earlier in the podcast that Papa's opened in 1912. It is the longest continuously running pizzeria to be owned by one family. It's an experience. If you don't think mustard belongs on a pizza, one bite of this will change your mind. It is phenomenal. It's a unique flavored sensation. It's a really good crust. It's a really good sauce. I'm not afraid to do takeout from Papa's. I think that this pie handles travel well because it's thick enough. But I mean, the mustard pie, baby, it's iconic.
Yeah, no, it's if you want a different kind of pizza. It's not for everybody, obviously. And I'm sure when you've written about it, people will say, mustard, what are you freaking kidding? Why don't you just put mayonnaise or liverwurst on it or something?
Ooh, liverwurst pizza.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one's come up with that yet.
But no,
It's only a matter of time. But yeah, but and Papa's is Robbinsville. I mean, Delos is you can walk from Papa's
Also on the list.
across the highway to Delos, which is a Jersey pizza icon, and the sandwich shop there. I mean, Robbinsville's a neat little under the radar dining destination.
I agree. And the thing about the mustard pie, if you don't think it makes sense, if you put ketchup and mustard on a hot dog or a burger, it's just, and obviously it's not ketchup. It better not be ketchup on a pizza in Jersey. But the tomato and mustard complements each other nicely. So if you don't think it works, just think about a burger you've had at McDonald's. It works. It's delicious. Number 9 is the ricotta and sausage pie. I'm sorry, ricotta and sausage pie from Blue Steel Pizza Company in Bloomfield. Pete, this is you've been on Blue Steel since they opened in 2020. They're now part of
they're 7 doors down.
They're
moving.
The main location is closed, but they're now teamed up with 7 Doors Down Ramen Company, their sister restaurant. Detroit style pizza is everywhere. It's also going to be lower on this list, or higher on this list, however you put it. But what is it about the ricotta and sausage pie that's so special, Pete?
Well, the cheese. I mean, like I said, it all comes down to if that's your main drawing card, it better be good. And theirs was really good, just fresh taste, and it was like the BLVD pizza, their ricotta. And it's a cool place. I'm sorry, I haven't been to the ramen place. I'm not sure
it's
what
good.
Atmosphere-wise. I'm big on atmosphere. But it's it's a standout, top 10. And also we did the chicken parm
Very good
ratings,
chicken parm.
and their chicken parm ranked pretty
meatballs.
high on that list.
No,
Yeah, check out that chicken parm list too.
Number 8 is a pizza that I have not had yet, Pete, but you were singing its praises,
No.
and I've followed them on Instagram for a long time. And I've been meaning to get there, and I'm glad to hear it's doing well because it's a newer shop. The traditional square pie from Squares
and Fair.
Yeah. Number 8 is the traditional square pie from Squares and Fair in Summers Point. Pete, tell me about this beautiful thing.
So he was cooking pizzas at his house, and people would pick him up at his house. And then he's finally relocated into a former laundromat, of all things, in Summers Point. It's a cute little spot. Tomato, saucy to the max. I mean, I love my sauce. I love my saucy, sassy pies. And he does just about one of the best. So yeah, saucy to the max. It's big. It's fluffy. Great crust, but that sauce it's all about the sauce at that traditional square pie.
That sounds delicious. Summers Point is an interesting place in the state, and I got to get down there. I've heard nothing but good things. I think I'm actually a little over the square pie thing, but there's the places that do it really well. This place passes the eye test. Pete gives me the rec. I got to go. Number 7 is another really good square pie, though. The Brooklyn Square Pizza Upside Down Square Pie in Jackson. Brooklyn Square, when you talk about pizzerias in New Jersey, it's only been open since, I think in the mid-2010s, and it's quickly established itself as one of the best pizzerias in the state.
Well, they won when we did this great Best Pizzeria Showdown, 7-8 years ago. They won. We had 10, 50, I don't know how many, 50 that I visited, and I narrowed it down to 10. And they were one of the 10 finalists, so we revisited the 10, and I picked them the best. Yeah, it was funny when we made the announcement. We just show up at the restaurant, and they knew they were one of the finalists, and the owner's out in Italy, and he is just, and we reached him, and he was just over the
Peter
moon.
Grippo, absolutely.
It's just
nice
again,
guy.
it's all about the sauce and crust. There are just in an upside down square. Just look at the photo; it just looks just perfect. And he does also does a Peter special, which is a variation. But again, they won our Best Pizzeria Showdown, and they've now opened in where Tom's River.
Yeah, they got a few locations.
Yeah, a few locations.
Yeah.
That's good to see.
Yeah, and I'll say this. This is about as high praise as I can give a square pie in New Jersey. It reminds me of Spumoni Gardens in Brooklyn, which I say Jersey pizza is better, but Spumoni Gardens is on my short list of best pizzas I've ever had. And Brooklyn Square, it's this texture they get. That it's bready without being overly bready. It's tender without falling apart. The cheese and sauce ratio is on point. The way people's eyes light up when they first take a bite of that upside down square pie. It's fun for me to be like, try this. As much as I love tasting the pizza, I want to see other people enjoy it. And my goodness, Brooklyn Square, this is going to be the kind of spot that they've only been open for so long, but it's hard to remember New Jersey pizza without Brooklyn Square because it's that good. Another very iconic spot at number 6. We talked about it earlier. This place comes up all the time.
We've never talked about them.
Number 6 is the burrata pie at Razza in Jersey City. I've ranted about this many times. If you don't like Razza, you don't like Neapolitan pizza, and that's okay. That's fine because it's not for everyone. It's a different style. But I've had Neapolitan pizza across the state. I've had it in other states. I've never had a better Neapolitan pie in New Jersey than Razza's. The crust texture is just absurdly pillowy yet crispy, and they were doing a burrata pie before everyone was doing it. I'm a little over burrata, frankly, but one place I put that aside for is Razza. Dan Richer is a pizza genius, and I absolutely love this pie. You can't go wrong with any of the pizzas at Razza. The pepperoni is great. The Santos is great. They do a really good corn pie in the summer, but that burrata pie just hits the spot every single time.
Best pizza in New York City.
The best pizza in New York City.
Jersey. Yeah, they've on our last podcast we were talking about what underrated, overrated food destination. And I said they were overrated, only in the sense of that every week they win an award.
They're doing a lot of awards
already. Okay, and again, it goes back to there's people putting those lists together. Have they actually been to that place?
That's
I would love
question.
to do a survey at some point. All the 50 different websites declaring this best pizza, and find out if they actually went to that pizzeria, or they're just pulling, crowdsourcing bullshit.
I will say, you see a lot of Food Network people at Razza when they post on social media that they're there. It is your favorite chef's pizzeria. Hold up, I gotta look this up. NJ.com, Razza. James, please cut this. Oh, Alex Gurnishelli, celebrity chef, recently said that Jersey City's Razza was her favorite pizza in New York.
It's a great pizzeria.
It is.
I've been there. I think he told me once I was the first one to actually write a review, and when they
Pete Wells, take that.
Shortly after they opened, I did a column called Eat with Pete, and that was one of my first. That was an Eat with Pete. So I've been big on them from the beginning. But again, I wish the people that say it's the best in the world, best in the state, just get out to more places, please. That's all.
Razza's amazing. There's more than Razza to New Jersey and Jersey City. Number 5, the Josephina's grandma pie at Caniglio's in Morristown. Pete, this is one of you. You've been on Caniglio's long before everyone else. You were the first one sounding the ringing the what am I trying to say here? Pete, you were the first one that was singing Caniglio's praises that I know. What can you tell me about this pizza?
So the Josephina's grandma, named after his grandma, I said abundance, again, sauce, great saucy sauce, golden bready crust, and near perfect chew. I mean, it had everything going for it. And he's turned into, he's making bread now. I think he was even donuts. You mentioned before that there might be an expansion in the future.
Talk of that, yeah.
And he was good enough to host Al Santillo when Al's place burned down. Al went in there and made his pizza.
That was fun.
So that was good. So those two guys. And he got a high rating from you-know-who. Whose name
redacted.
We shall not mention.
Yeah, that's oh man, that's the pizza third rail for your boy.
But it's everything comes down. And Caniglio, which means of course rabbit. And there's pictures of rabbits all over the wall, and Caniglio is Italian for rabbit. It's just and Morristown's plenty of good pizza in Morristown, but they're easily shoulders above the rest.
I'm famously anti Morristown as a food town, but Caniglio's kind of put it on the map. It's there's not many places I want to eat in Morristown, but Caniglio's is very high on that list. I think I had them as the number 2 best restaurant in Morristown when I ranked them. Big love for Caniglio's. Nino Caniglio is a character.
Yeah,
they make a lot of great pies there. I want to go check out Lucky Charlie's, his new spot in Brooklyn, which is another cool thing. Number 4, a pizza we've talked about many times as well, the pepperoni pie at Star Tavern. I mean, what more can I say? I've sung this place's praises for years. It is, and look, hey, I've never argued for it. Number 1, it's my favorite bar pie in the state. I think that the experience is different now that they've renovated, but that's what the ownership wanted to do, and God bless them, it's their spot. It's not quite the same. It's not as dingy. It's not as wood paneled. It's not as old school, but the pizza's still fantastic. The bar pie texture is on point. It's crispy yet soft. They've been doing the pepperoni cups for a very, very long time. Now everyone's doing that now, but Star was ahead of the game on that. When I did the pizza taste test video that we're gonna post this week at some point, I picked up a slice of Star Tavern and knew it was Star Tavern. That's how distinct it is. That's how long I've been eating it. And yet, you talk about, nostalgia, and this is pure pizza nostalgia for me because there are a few better culinary experiences in my life than going to Star Tavern with my pops to eat some pizza and watch some college basketball. But it's, if you don't like bar pies, that's fine. Like, I don't think that's for everyone, but I think this is the best example of one.
So 2 things. I mean, I've long ago declared them the golden standard for a thin crust. I think there's just better thin crust now. And can someone please explain what exactly is a bar pie? Is it a pizza at a bar, or does it have a certain what is a bar pie? Because I've seen that term and it just drives me crazy. Bar is a great bar pie. What the F are you talking about?
I think that it was, I don't know the history of this, and I mean, it sounds like your next book, but I imagine that it was that, these bars wanted to serve pizza, and there was only one style of pizza that they had the capability to serve, whether it's their oven type or if they were doing frozen bar pies. I don't know. I know Star Tavern had ever done a frozen pie in their life, but I appreciate this style, and it's also cool because you can crush a whole Star Tavern pie, and it's like, it's a meal, but it's a light meal. Depending on the toppings, I guess.
Yeah, the reference what I often see is bar pie is smaller, like it's like a personal size pizza, but that
doesn't always.
Star is like a regulation size pizza, right?
Any pie, it's a little smaller, but any pie.
Just
is a
stop using
pie.
that word, please.
No, number 3, Pete. It's the
Amatriciana.
Okay. Number 3 is the Amatriciana from Massa Roman Square Pizza and Italian Specialties in Scotch Plains. Pete, what can you? I've been to Massa. I don't think I've had this pie. What can you tell me about the Amatriciana?
San Marzano tomatoes, pancetta, and black pepper, which are like 2 things in Pete's culinary heaven. I mean, you put those 2 together, please. So that's the Amatriciana. It's a cool. It was so good back in a couple of years ago. I named it. I did annual list of like the 10 best things I ate all year, and that pie was the best thing I ate that year.
Wow.
Not the best pizza, the best thing overall. So it stands out. He just does. It's a husband and wife team. Massa is the owner's nickname, but it is definitely, again, Scotch Plains pizza. Just go to Massa and you'll change whatever opinion you had of Scotch Plains pizza.
Was definitely impressed when I went there. I didn't have this specific pie. Next time, that's the move. Number 2, Pete, is a pizza that almost took number 1. The burrata pie from Queen City Crust in Beach Haven Gardens, LBI, quickly becoming a pizza destination. I've not yet been to this spot, and because of your high recommendation, it will be my next meal on LBI. What can you tell me about the burrata pie at Queen City Crust?
Was this burrata pie better than the burrata pie arazzo?
I mean, by the rankings, yeah.
Yeah, by the rankings. I don't think there's enough burrata. You think it's overplayed?
I think it's been overdone.
I don't think it's. I don't think there's enough burrata. If I was governor, I would declare burrata as a mandatory topping or something.
So what's up with this pizza?
Again, great cheese, fresh basil. I mean, you can speak to this too. How many pizzas you get that with the basil looks like it was run over by a
brutal.
I'm trying.
That's better. If you're gonna put
look at the
basil on
photo.
the pie, make it fresh.
That basil looks like it was just picked off the vine. And he does a bacon onion jam pie, which I almost put in there because it was just so different, and I love my bacon. And he only has like 4 or 5 different pies, so it's not there's no buffalo chicken there. Trust me.
And the Detroit style of it all.
It's all Detroit, yeah.
And so I feel like that often it's a crutch for some pizzerias. It's like, oh, well, if it's Detroit style, people aren't going to notice that we don't know what we're doing because there's so much crust there. Clearly not the case at Queen City.
Yeah, and they just they moved around. They started in a coffee shop, then they moved to the fire station, and now they're next to Howard's restaurant. Everybody knows Howard's on LBI. And like I said, LBI with those two, with BLVG, with whatchamacallit, Queen City crust, and La Riva, which is also on the list. LBI has become a pizza destination.
Great.
And
they're
they're all in different. La
sure.
Riva's at the very north end, BLVG's right in the center, and Queen City crust down south end. So LBI is happening.
Big love for LBI. Before we get to the number one pizza, though, Pete, I think we need to mention a pizza that didn't make the list, not because it's not amazing, but because it's not open right now. The pizzeria is not open. Santillo's, Elizabeth. It's, what more can I say? The not only it's not just the experience at Santillo's, because Al Santillo is such a character, just such a New Jersey treasure. Like he is one of one. He's a pizza savant. He'll tell you. He'll tell anyone who will listen that his pizza is better than whatever pizza is being made. Doesn't matter which one.
You're not going to find a pizza like this anywhere
and you're
else.
Not.
And he has that gravelly kind of voice too. Al's a nut.
He's a legend.
And if you go there when he reopens soon, you make sure he's not there every day. So make sure he's there. Call beforehand or something, because that's the experience. That's the Santillo's experience. Is Al Santillo.
The single best story I've ever got to do as a journalist, NJ.com, whatever. I spent a day working at Santillo's. Shout out to Santillo's on the shirt. I spent the day working at Santillo's. That was not the plan. The plan was for me to be a fly on the wall and document what happens in a day at Santillo's, because it is such a, you walk down an alleyway in Peterstown, Elizabeth, to get the pizza from a back door, and he's yelling at you if you don't have cash, and he's complaining about the staff members, in front of the staff members. I walk in to do this story, and he just says, "Jeremy," I'm like, yeah. He goes, "Wash your hands, you're working." And he put me to work. I spent a day working at Santillo's, which is the single coolest thing I've done for work. It's one of the coolest things I've ever done, because getting to work that oven. It's an iconic ancient oven that has been damaged by the fire and is being replaced. And the pizza, you will not find a pizza like it. Forget New Jersey. I don't think there's anyone making pizza like him in the world. It is so singular. It is so specific. The pizzas are named for the year they were famous in, or popular in. And the 64 is awesome. The 2020 is awesome. The Sicilian is my favorite. But it's such a unique multi-crust and a very sweet sauce. And he puts sesame seeds on the crust sometimes. And I'm telling you, you will not find a pizza like this anywhere else. Al, please open up soon. Come on the podcast. Just truly a pizza mastermind, a pizza icon, and I can't wait for him to be open again. He was number 2 on the list. His Sicilian pie was number 2 on the list previously. Would have been number 2 if not higher. And we can't wait to go back and try them.
Yeah, it's all about the bake. It's all about the oven there.
Yes.
And he doesn't actually make the pizzas. His wife, right, puts the pizza together.
Well, when I was there, I think his wife wasn't working the day I was there, but his wife, they're a beautiful
his
pizza
wife
family.
Is definitely the unspoken star there. But Al's a trip.
Yeah.
He is a trip.
And, it's worth it for the experience alone.
Yeah.
Number 1, though. The number 1 pizza on the NJ.com 101 list of best pizzas in New Jersey is the upside down pie from Corner Slice in Maplewood,
North Jersey. Well, there's a surprise.
Of course, that was.
I had to get my North Jersey dig in there somewhere.
that's not the biggest surprise here. It's not just that it's North Jersey. So Mike Bergman is the owner. Mike Bergman is the owner of Corner Slice. He's from Mahwah, but he calls his pizzas New York square pies. And I'm in my head, I'm like, what's going on here? How are you going to do that? You're in New Jersey. You're from New Jersey. Why aren't you calling it in a New Jersey pie? And he's like, well, I made this recipe when I was living in an apartment in Brooklyn. I first sold it at a pizza shop in New York. I'm from New Jersey. I'm selling this pizza in New Jersey, but it was made in New York, so I'm going to be honest. And you know what? I have to respect it, because that's the only thing New Jersey loves more than pride and just blind loyalty is honesty. And I got to be honest, I was very curious to see how this pizza would be when I first went there earlier this year. They opened in February. I had heard about them opening. I mean, Mike Bergman previously worked at had a corner slice in the city. He helped previously open Ivan Ramen, a very famous ramen shop. I was like, okay, like everyone's doing square slices. Okay, he's calling it New York, and we talked about earlier how it's annoying when New Jersey pizzas call themselves New York style. But I took one bite of this thing, man, and I was flabbergasted. It is such a unique, such a different, such a novel pizza experience, because it is a Sicilian, but it is, and it's thick. It's not thick as your typical Sicilian, but it's thick enough. It is so airy. It is so light. It is so crispy, and it's all about the fermentation. It's all about the hydration of the dough. I'm yet to meet someone that has gone there and not been blown away, because it is you'll crush 3 slices of this thing before you even realize it. It's that light. It's that crispy. It is that special. The upside down pie is my favorite pie there, and it's their best pie. Everyone's been doing upside down, but they do it really, really well. Cheese, then sauce, and that sauce is so seasoned and so rich. And we talked about in the pod previously how when you let the tomato sauce shine on a pie, it really stands out. This place stands out. I didn't know what was going to be number one when we went to update this list, and it just kind of came clear to me. What they're doing at Corner Slice is special, and it's not just me. It's not just other staff members that have been there. I don't think you've been there yet, Pete.
Nope.
We talk about the importance of crust. We talk about the importance of dough, and no one's doing it like this guy.
Okay.
So it's
new number one.
New number one. I'm telling you, like, even if you don't like square pies, you'll probably like this one, because that's how special it is. He does crazy specials every week. He did a cheeseburger pie week. He did an heirloom tomato pie week. He did a stuffed long hot pie. He did a jalapeno popper pie. They had a sun gold pie when I was there most recently. Mike Bergman, and they're also doing really cool baked goods and stuff. They have a really good brownie. They have a garlic knot, spelled N-O-T, and it's the size of a frickin' like grapefruit. It's huge. It's like a garlic knot muffin, and it's phenomenal. Corner Slice, we called it the best new pizzeria in New Jersey when it opened in February, and now it is the upside down pie at Corner Slice is the number one pie in New Jersey.
Yeah, and to be clear, these are the best individual pies.
Yes,
these aren't the best pizzerias. That's a whole separate list.
That's a whole can of pizza worms that I don't even want to get into. But Pete, this was so much fun. Unsurprisingly, there's nothing more fun than talking about food with you, especially pizza, something we are very passionate about. But before we let you go, you need to complete the Garden State Gauntlet Pizza Edition. Are you ready?
I am always ready.
What's your favorite type of pizza?
I'm going to be a little unconventional. Grandma.
Okay.
Give me a good grandma. It's some, I was almost tempted to say Sicilian because I just love the thick, bready, chewy crust and the sauce. But I think grandma sort of bridges that gap between a good thin crust and a good Sicilian. It's a little square, thin. Sauce is key. Sauce and cheese is key. So I'd say grandma.
Favorite pizza topping?
Sausage. Yeah, sausage, and yes. And it's a better, and I think it leads to the next question, least favorite topping.
Yeah, what's your least favorite topping?
Pepperoni, and for this reason. I mean, I'm not against, like the pepperoni at Razza is, I could eat that all day, because he makes an effort to make it or to obtain it. But the world's most popular topping is the world's most boring topping, because 90% of the time it comes out of a freaking can,
and it's just
or a bucket.
Yeah, and it
tastes the same. It's from Hormel. Yeah, it's salty. Yes. So I give props to the pizzerias that make their own or source it from a local butcher. Sausage, and I think sausage is a better litmus test for pizza toppings because it comes in all different. It could be. It's usually it could be just straight sausage. It could be the fennel, spicy. There's more variation. I guess is what I'm saying. Pepperoni is just the same bland, boring crap.
Pick one: garlic powder, Parmesan, crushed red pepper, or oregano for pizza.
Oh boy. For a
When you're fixing up, you're doing the fixings on a pizza at the slice shop. You only have one.
Oregano. I mean, that's like the foundation. Every Italian loves oregano. It goes on everything.
Interesting.
Put it on your Cheerios if you want it.
I'm a crushed red pepper guy, but I respect that. What's one pizza trend you love?
Probably. Detroit. Yeah, I think there's still nowhere near enough Detroit-style pizzas in the state. They're slowly catching on. Queen City crust, number 2 on our list. I would say Detroit.
What's a trend that you're sick of?
Neapolitan. I mean, and there's just too much of it, or maybe it's more too many places claiming they have great Neapolitan. When it's really, there's just so much standard and substandard Neapolitan pies around New Jersey, and believe me, I tried most of them. It's just you would think just looking at it, it's not a hard thing to duplicate, but if you don't have the oven, you don't have the toppings, the sausage, all of that. It isn't just like putting a couple things together, mashing them together. Oh, I got a Neapolitan. No, you have to and anyway, there's a true Neapolitan. To say that, you have to be accredited by the that Italian association I can't pronounce. So, but that's fine. You want to call yourself a Neapolitan, fine. But most of it is just standard.
Good Neapolitan's amazing. Bad Neapolitan is incredibly disappointing. So I agree with you on that. Favorite New Jersey pizzeria?
Oh man, got to pick one.
Yeah.
If he's open, Santillo's. I'm going to give you 3. Queen City, which I think is just jumped to the top of the charts, and Caniglio's. I would throw those 3.
That's a good top 3. What's your favorite now closed New Jersey pizzeria?
Now closed?
Yeah. Which one do you miss the most? Threw this one in on you.
I think most of the ones that have closed have been just sort of... maybe it's Avellino, because he was doing a really good job there in Baltimore, but he's now, reopened another place.
What's your favorite non-New Jersey pizzeria?
Now, see, I don't have the Connecticut knowledge that you do. I've been to Frank Pepe's, and I had the clam pie, and I remember bringing it home on the train. And I ate it there, and it took the rest home. But Delo's is better for a clam pie.
For sure.
So my Connecticut pizza knowledge is not very considerable, and there's no great pizza outside of.
What's your favorite pizza in New York, then?
West of Pittsburgh. I would say a lot of it is tradition, history. Totano's in Coney Island. Now, I think they're only takeout only because they got washed out by the flood. But it's it's Coney Island, and it's a great pizza. And the former owner, I did a chapter on them in my Pizza City book, and it's a great pizza. Like I said, atmosphere. They fixed it up a little bit after the flood, and I believe again it's takeout only. But the pizza is still great. Just in New York City, there's so much to choose from.
Pete, this was a blast. Thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you? Where can they follow you, et cetera, et cetera?
Email Pete Genovese at NJ.com, Twitter, Pete Genovese, Instagram, The Munchmobile, and Pete Knows Jersey. And we're coming on a first year anniversary of my exclusive subscriber newsletter, Jersey Secret Sauce.
Secret Sauce, baby.
It has nothing to do with sauce. It's just every week
sauce.
Every week it's a different sort of one of a kind standout restaurant dish owner, whatever, places that you probably haven't heard about. I'm not writing, for pizza, I'm not writing about Reservoir Tavern. I'm not writing about Raza. Everybody knows these places. I'm not writing about Santillo's. So this week, actually, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to this little luncheonette in Little Silver called 80s. It's in a house. It's just this it's been around forever.
Love
but
that.
It's just really cool. Looks like a little cross between a diner and a luncheonette. They serve garbage, literally the garbage omelet.
Is it like a garbage plate in Rochester? Or, or is it like the kitchen sink?
They throw everything in the omelet. Yeah,
the garbage
so
sounds
they call
delicious.
it the garbage omelet. The world famous garbage
All
omelet.
right, well, I gotta go get that.
So Edie's Luncheonette. That's this Thursday. And if you have a suggestion, again, just email me or hit me up on Twitter at Pete Genovese.
Follow Pete everywhere. Secret Sauce is awesome. His articles are excellent. Thank you to our audio producer James Shapiro, our video producer Dwayne Uzaro, and our executive producer, Bobby Olivier. Thank you to Shmusadelis for our theme song. If you have questions, episode ideas, guest suggestions, anything, please email us at jerseysbestpodcast@gmail.com. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts. We love seeing those reviews. We love those 5 stars. And please consider subscribing to NJ.com. There's a link in our episode notes. New Jersey needs high-quality journalism, and our journalists need you. Tune in again next week for the latest episode of Jersey's Best Podcast. And remember, Jersey forever.